What's up, guys? I am Motopilot. What I do is I build custom bikes, and when I'm done, I give it away to one of you guys. This bike right here took me about a year. It's a 1980 Honda CB650 converted into a hardtail bobber. And when I started the build, I kind of wondered what's a hardtail like to ride. Never ridden one. Probably figured it's like a pretty rough thing to ride, you know what I mean? I mean, no rear suspension. I do have 4-inch springs on the seat. I don't really know how much good those will do, but also if you want to see how I built this bike, there's a whole series on that, like 33 videos step by step. You can go check that out. What I want to do today is take the bike for a ride, give it a city test, see how it's going. Just basically see how it rides, see how it feels. I'm not expecting a lot, expecting the worst. So let's just jump on the bike, take it for a ride, see how she feels. Alright guys, so obviously every bobber is going to feel different, but today I'm going to talk about the overall feel of this bike. Not just what it's like to ride a hardtail, that's a big part of it too, but what does this bike feel like? I mean, this bike feels different than anything I've ever sat on, that's for sure. The seat feels small, the handlebars are skinny, the gas tank's smaller than anything I've ever ridden. I'm used to much bigger bikes than this, so this thing's got a whole different feel than anything I've ever ridden. So let's fire it up, take it for a spin. Starts right up, man. I love it. I'm gonna get a little plastic cap for this today at Home Depot. That just looks bad. It's got really good throttle response, man. It idles good, snappy, foot pegs feel comfortable. Could probably ride this thing for days. Let's roll. For you Riverside locals, I'm sure you recognize this as Victoria Street, like the oldest street in Riverside. Damn, bouncy. A little bit, not bad though. I'll tell you this much right now, those 4-inch springs on the seat are doing a great job. Just kind of floating over these bumps, not a big deal. The bike feels weird, like it's like the handlebars are so skinny, you got to get used to balancing the bike because you got like less leverage. But yeah, this street's bumpy, man, and I'm just kind of floating over it. I'll tell you right now, if I didn't have those 4-inch springs, I'd be bouncing all over the place. Hey, don't start squeaking. Not now. One thing I'm curious about is how this thing's going to handle on the freeway. It feels like the gearing is like really strange. Like first gear is really long, but then you get the 5th gear really fast, and you know, I'm kind of curious what kind of RPMs this thing would be running at going down freeway speeds. But the bike in these turns, it's like an arrow, man. It just doesn't fight me at all. It just goes where I want to put it. Obviously the big thing with a hardtail frame is most people are going to wonder, how bouncy is it? I mean, you get bouncing all over the place or what? And I'm like, I don't know, the streets here in Riverside are pretty good condition, so maybe it's not the best test of a hardtail, but you know, what else are you gonna do? Got some road tracks here to see how she feels. Not bad at all. You know, I didn't hit him at speed, but I don't hit those road tracks at speed on my RSV4. But this bike's gonna take some getting used to, man. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, this skinny handlebars and just feeling like just the body positioning with the foot pegs and the seat and the complete ergonomics. You know, the rake on the forks is a little bit deeper than most bikes I ride. So overall, this bike is a whole different beast. But my immediate reaction of it being a hardtail is like, wow, it's not too bad. I mean, I thought it was just going to be like, oh, I hate this thing, it's brutal. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. Well, that's good. Got a green light. There we go. I think a lot of people, when they hear hardtail, are like, oh no, don't even get me near one of those. Then that's what I used to think. I was like, you know, I built this bike to give it away to somebody, and I'm like, I'm not going to be the owner of this bike forever, so let's just go for it, man. Make a hardtail, try something new, and I think this bike would quickly grow on me. You know, having a hardtail, I mean, that's a rider's machine. That's a man's machine right there. I mean, you don't get any tougher than that. You know, that's where it all started, with the hardtails way back in the day. Funny thing is, when I built my Harley Fat Boy into a bobber, I got so much heat for people like, you can't build a bobber out of a softail, it's got suspension. I'm like, come on people, lighten up. I mean, to me it's more of a visual thing. I mean, it looks like a hardtail, but you actually have a shock. So why not get that cool look but have a little more suspension, right? But I know it's a little soon to tell, but what little bit I've ridden this bike and hitting bumps, I mean, the ride on this, the rear of the bike, it feels very comparable to my Harley Softail. You know, there's not that big of a difference, believe it or not, but we'll keep riding this bad boy and see how she feels. I'm actually headed to Pep Boys right now to see if they have these black lug nuts for my current build, my VFR / CBR hybrid I'm building. It's I'm calling it the CBR 800 V4. The VFR's got the V4 engine, but I'm putting a bunch of CBR stuff on it, so it's pretty crazy build. Very unique, one of a kind. Go check it out. Woohoo! Got those carburetors with those pod filters tuned in tight. It's running good, man. Very smooth, not crapping out, not starving for fuel, not starving for air. Got lucky on that one. I actually bought one of those carburetor, what do you call it? To tune your carbs, you know, get them all matched up. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now. So basically what you're gonna do is tune all 4 carbs to be in sync. There you go, syncing your carbs. There you go. Anyways, I got that coming in from Amazon. So I'm gonna sync the carbs on this. And then actually, you guys, I just bought a Honda CB350 for my next build after the one I'm working on now. And that's gonna be a cool build. I'm not gonna tell you what it is right now. You know what, too? I really like the exhaust on this thing. It's not too loud, but it's not too quiet either. It's like right in the middle. Oh man, I just hit a big old dip. Sucked it right up, man. The seat's working great. Now, I don't know if a bigger dude's gonna have the same success I'm having on this bike. I weigh about 175 pounds. So, you know, if you're like 200 plus, you know, might ride different, might ride great. I don't know. Super maneuverable, man. It just like zip zip. What do you need? What do you got? What do you like? Where's the holes, man? What bumps do we have to miss? You gotta watch out for drivers around here, man. Everybody's crazy. Bike has got plenty of power for a 650. But it doesn't have gobs of power by any means. Like a current day 650 would blow the doors off this thing. If I was to keep this bike, I would basically call it my hopper. I mean, I would just hop from place to place like I'm doing now, kind of running around town, running some errands. You know, if I'm gonna go on a long ride, jumping on the freeway and going for miles, nope, wouldn't have it. Jeez. Just when I said the roads are good, I get on this road, it's like crap. But I'm fine, man. I feel good on the bike. I mean, I don't feel like I'm hitting bumps and cringing or anything like that. I mean, I hit a pretty big hole back there and the bike sucked it right up. All right, we'll be back. Man, I didn't bring a backpack. I ended up buying more stuff than I came here for. Isn't that how it works? You go there for one thing and you end up buying 3 more things you weren't planning on. I'm just stuffing this in my jacket. Ah, I forgot to take the key out of my pocket. Another common bike issue. Crap. There we go. Check out the starter, guys. Click. Yeah, buddy. Bob's your uncle. Alright, so the next stop for me is Home Depot to get that cap for this. This is going to be the perfect time to hit the freeway I'm gonna get on the freeway. The off-ramp's only about a mile up, which isn't a huge freeway run by any means, but it'll at least give me a feel for how this thing does on the freeway. Brakes are pretty good on this thing, man. It's only got a single disc on the front and a drum on the back. I can stop pretty stinking fast. Of course, on this bike, you're not gonna be going very fast, right? If you guys hear that little bit of slapping, I need to trim the oil tank down just a little bit more. The actual oil tank in this bike's got the electronics in it, no oil. But you can run the chain pretty tight on these hardtails because there's no rear suspension, and it's still slightly slapping that thing, so I'm gonna have to just cut it back a little bit. No big deal. I tell you what, with these little bars and no mirrors, you should call this thing a lane splitter, man. I can go up the skinniest aisle of cars. Homeless is a big issue around here in Southern California. It's getting bad. So here's the freeway coming up here. This should be a little bit of an adventure, mostly just because of the power on this bike. It doesn't have a lot of power, but hey, go around me. You want to go faster than me? Go around me. Yeah, buddy. Get my lean on. Aw, man. What? How am I supposed to test this thing at freeway speed with all you people in my way? Come on. I always look back, make sure the dude's not gonna come run up my butt. Well, this blows. Looks like we'll be doing some lane splitting. Thanks, brother. Wow, look at all these people. Crazy. I ain't scared. I've done well over 100. I've done about 150,000 miles on freeways, just so you know. There we go. That's only 60 miles an hour right there, people. It's a little bumpy, not bad, not bad, nothing I couldn't handle. This lane is way smoother. Smoking these guys. So that's only 60 miles an hour, man. This motor does not want to go a lot more than 60. It'll do it, but it ain't gonna be comfortable. 50 feels real good. Like I said, this bike is a hopper. This bike corners amazing. That's pretty crazy for, you look at this bike, you think, oh, that thing's probably sucks in the turns, man. It actually turns pretty freaking good, man. I'm impressed. I'm not impressed with myself, I'm just impressed. Should I go up this little teeny aisle right here? It's getting pretty tight up there by that white truck. I think I'm just gonna stay right here. Wow, bold move, dude. Blue Toyota Tacoma. That is bold. Then again, I thought I was being pretty bold doing this bike candy apple red. Turned out great though, man. I love it. A lot of compliments on this red. Could have gone all black and just looked like every other bike out there, but why? All right, guys, I'm gonna hit up Home Depot up here. I'm gonna show you my little cap I got, and then we're gonna sign off. All right, guys, here she is. Let's see if she fits. 3/4 of an inch. Oh, look at that. Best $2 I ever spent. All right, so I got a hankering for some round table pizza. I'm gonna go hit that. I'll say this about the hardtail. I would totally build one of these for myself. If you're thinking about building one or buying one, totally do it. I think it's cool as heck. And I'm happy with it, man. Very happy with it. I'm sad I gotta let this thing go. Alright guys, I've rambled on enough. Road test was a success. I gave a hardtail 10 stars. There's a complete bike build series on this bike, so if you want to see how I built it, go check that out. The time lapse is doing really well. It's at 750,000 views in 4 weeks. If you want to see my CBR VFR hybrid build, the CBR 800 V4, go check that out. That's playing right now. I think I'm about 4 videos in. I'll see you guys next video.